Coaches, my name is Rick Stewart. I'm the creator of the Worst to First Blueprint for Building a Championship Program. Today I want to talk about admin and faculty. I'm very proud of the fact, if you've read my resume, we were at a school of about 600 McFarland and a farm labor camp, and we had 13 players in year one, and in year three we had 50 players. We went 8-2. I was at an 0-27, took them to undefeated playoffs. That was a school of about 800, and we had to grow that program from about 25 to 75. And then at the big school, we had 1,800 kids, and I started with 92, and 5 years later, we had 220 kids. In that span of those three schools, we're very proud of the fact we never lost a player to grades. Now, we had some borderline kids. We had kids on academic probation. I actually did lose a kid to grades, but we were able to get him on a probation study hall system, and he had 3 weeks. The AD let him get 3 weeks. He got his grades up, and we got him back on the field. That academic game plan was not just a bunch of speeches. It wasn't grade checks during the fourth quarter of the spring. It wasn't grade checks during the first 7 weeks of the season. Of course I do that. But if I only do grade checks at the very end of the spring semester or only the first 7 weeks of the season, the message I'm sending to the boys are that your grades are only important for you to play football. We're not meeting one of my objectives, which is to create lifelong learners and create better sons, husbands, and fathers. So the academics have to be year-round, and there's got to be a safety net. What do you do when you collect those grade checks and the kid has a D or F? Do you just look him in the eye and say, you better get your grades up? What if he doesn't know how to study? He doesn't know how to make a PowerPoint. He's living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 12 people and doesn't have internet. You've got to get involved with the problem. And so you've got to set up study halls. You've got to set up peer-to-peer tutoring. You've got to use Avid. You've got to use teachers. Maybe the principal will help you out with a little money. You've got to have a year-round program. You've got to sit down and talk to them about organizing their binder and how to study and some things about sitting in front of the classroom and how to take notes. Not everybody has those Avid classes. Not all of them have been exposed to Cornell notes and how to organize your binder and what a study calendar is. And so this has to be a year-long process. It involves spreadsheets. You've got to make sure that you've got all their GPAs calculated every week. I've got all that with formulas, easy for you to do. I'm going to save you so much time. I just give you the Excel sheet. I know what every class and where that kid is. It's because there's certain teachers, I can't pull that kid out of class. The teacher will be mad at me. And then there's certain teachers, or it's an elective, where I know I can go down the hallway and pull that kid out and have a 10-minute conversation, and I won't interrupt his learning. So I'm just going to emphasize, it's got to be a year-round commitment to academics if you really want to send the message that it's important. Because do you care about the individual, the person, or do you care about the jersey he's wearing, right? And do you care about the person or the football player? And a year-round commitment with a plan, with a safety net, and actionable items to do when a kid is failing and how you correct it. Corrective measures was the word I'm looking for. You got to think about that. And in the Worst to First program, I'll outline and go through that. I can't do it in 2 or 3 minutes on social media. It's just way too in depth. It'll take me about 1 hour to 2 hours to really explain it to you. But I've got all the Excel sheets and the workbooks. I've got videos I show them. I've got PowerPoints I show them to let them know that academics are very important to their lifelong goals, not just them being eligible as a football player. Coaches, thank you. And as always, I'm Rick Stewart. Better today, but never as good as tomorrow.